Hello, and welcome to Sports by Compiègne, Meet the Ravens edition. I'm joined here by my co-host for the day and these Meet the Ravens occasions, Mr. George McCaddy's in the house. George, how you doing over there, bud?
I'm good, sir. I'm tired after sprinting around that field for all afternoon, it feels like.
Yes, yet another industrious touch session in the books. But anyway, we are joined here by a very special guest, an absolute stud on the field of the ladies Ravens, and someone we wanted to have on the pod for a long time. So happy she's here. Mrs. Gillian is on the pod. How you doing, Jill?
I'm doing great. I'm also pretty tired and a little sore after today's, running around on the new pitch, I might add.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just telling George my foot doesn't feel great. So, yeah, we all got some good workout in there. Good time.
Just 3 injured old people.
Hey, I'm not old yet. I'm not.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's not old yet.
I'm 27.
In the prime of her career, you could say.
Well, once you hit that 30 door, everything goes downhill.
She's still got a long way to go,
I've heard.
George. A whole long 3 years to go, so it's still plenty of time. But Julie, tell us about your athletic career in general. When did you? Because you naturally move ridiculously fast. So like it couldn't have just started in rugby. When did you first take the sports field? If you will?
So I'm the last of 5 siblings. And so I have 2 older brothers, I have 2 older sisters, and they did everything besides football, really. So, I mean, at 2 weeks old, I was at a baseball game. And so I've watched my siblings growing up. I always wanted to be like my older brothers. I idolized them. And they played basketball. And so basketball was probably my first, and softball. I would say probably basketball and softball were my major sports, but I also played volleyball growing up. I tried gymnastics for a while because my older sisters did gymnastics, but my mom always said because it didn't have a ball in the game, I didn't like it. So gymnastics didn't stick with me for a while, but I gave it a shot. So
when was all this trying like for volleyball and like softball? Were you trying this in middle school, elementary?
Yeah. So I first started, like I feel like everybody does. I played, like t-ball and everything growing up. I played soccer growing up. I played basketball growing up. I've literally played every sport. I feel like that there was available in my small town. I started playing volleyball in middle school. My sisters played volleyball in high school, so I played that in middle school. I played basketball in middle school. I played softball in middle school and high school. I played basketball like my freshman year, and only a little bit of my freshman year. I think I got a little tired of sports constantly in high school.
Yeah, it sounds like you're really getting after it.
Yeah, and then I played golf and soccer in high school as well.
Wow. Holy cow, George, did you even play that many sports? I definitely did. That's a lot of different sports. So you say basketball is one of your best sports, though?
Yeah, it used to be. Probably now it's probably definitely rugby over basketball. Yeah. But I mean, I used to love basketball. But I can still shoot.
Okay. How about you, George? Are you a shooter over there? Can you make any baskets? I can't.
God awful at basketball.
Yeah, same.
Ball basket can fuck up in my eyes,
Great. Thanks for the input over there. All right. Anyway, so Gillian, when did you first start getting into this rugby? Like, when did you first touch a rugby ball?
So in college. So I went to college at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, and they kind of had like all the clubs, like a club organization, meet all the clubs night. And so they had everything from, rugby to their softball team to just a lot of different, not necessarily all sports, but like to robotics teams, to everything. And rugby really appealed to me because I always liked the physicality of soccer, but I didn't necessarily like all the footwork. And so, because soccer can be a little physical, but I'm more. Yeah, and so I really was interested in that, and so that's where I first started playing was in college, and we played mostly in like St. Louis and like other surrounding colleges. We went to NOLA, which for the tournament, which that was super fun, going down to NOLA in college with all of your college friends and everything. That was a really good experience.
Nice.
Honestly, I think getting to travel and play any sports with your team is a awesome experience all around, usually, for me at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
So was the physicality of rugby. Now, was that the main motivator for joining, or was it the community, or did the community come later, or?
Yeah, it was all the physicality. So I forgot to add, I played football in 4th grade, and I was an offensive lineman. And so, but I was the only girl in the league, and I only did it for a year. And because it was like an hour away from where we lived. So my parents juggling 5 kids and everything that we did. I don't know how they did it. But because my football was like an hour away, and
wow.
And so it was probably mostly the physicality for me. I grew up with and my older brothers are a lot older than I am, but I grew up getting beat on, probably not like hard, but
Right.
getting messed with my whole life. And so,
Sure.
the physicality is initially what drew me in.
Cool. Whenever you were playing football, like back in you said you were 8?
I was in like 4th grade. So yeah, I was probably 10, 11.
How was the accepted there, being like the only woman in the league? Were your teammates kind of about it, or were they?
So to be honest, I wish. Yeah, they were fine. It was more of like, I had a growth spurt early, so I was bigger than a lot of them, unless they were just like large and fat. I was,
Sure.
physically taller and more stout than they were. But I could always tackle very well, and so. I just wish I knew, I guess, the sport of football a little better when we started, because I didn't know all the rules of like, all right, like, well, just when can I tackle him? Like, just
Well, I'm like, she's like, I'm really good at tackling. The coach is like, good, put her on the offensive line.
Yeah.
What?
And so, yeah, that was mostly where I played. And I could always catch the ball and everything, but they were most of them, like, I remember doing conditioning or not even conditioning, but just like push-ups. I'm like, I could not do physically as many push-ups as I could at all. But if we did a wrestling match, I guarantee you I could have taken most of them down. But if we're doing push-ups, I couldn't do as many as I could.
Fair enough. Whenever you're having like a celebration event, what is your favorite type of dessert as far as like the cakes go? So like as far as cheesecakes, just regular cakes, ice cream cakes, which are making a huge entrance to the scene. But yeah, what kind of
If I'm being honest, I love cheesecake. I love all different types of cheesecake, but I also really love tiramisu, which is kind of a cake, but that's more of like a fancy Italian dinner kind of cake. But I'm not partial to many. I don't like coconut. If it's a coconut cake or a fruit cake or any of like the Jello cake, I don't think gelatin belongs in cake at all. And so,
fair enough. All right, yeah, I mean, Jello shouldn't be subbed for a cake. I mean, it could be a nice little side, but yeah, there's too many people trying to sub out cakes nowadays. It's really sad.
Yeah.
I feel like coconut though. You got to give coconut a good chance.
I'll do like coconut milk in a dish, or like coconut, like I'll do some coconut things. But if it's like a coconut, I'm not a big, huge coconut fan. But if it's
Not
coconut
like
milk or something in cooking.
What about bounties? Do you like bounties?
No.
Really?
Brownies, like
it's like a coconut water, right?
Oh.
No, they're the chocolate covered coconuts.
Oh, I don't think I've had those.
I don't think I've had one either. That sounds great.
I don't think I would like those though.
No, they're a little bit too much coconut-y.
Yeah, even if it's like like we got a coconut mango drink or something, or kombucha, and it was too much coconut for me.
Fair enough. Not a coconut person.
No.
So whenever you first joined your rugby team, what position did they put you at? And did you play all 4 years there, or?
So I played the 3 years that I was there. Because I didn't graduate, so I kind of just got off. I didn't. finish the school there. But so I played I think I got into it the spring of my freshman year. And so I played from then on. And then I played center and wing, I believe.
Oh, so your position hasn't really changed at all. You've basically been playing the same position your whole career.
Yeah. I might have played a little prop. I think I did play a little prop, but I was no, I didn't play prop. Maybe it was hooker.
It's pretty
Trying to think.
Kind of hard. It's pretty memorable. You can't really forget playing prop.
Yeah, I don't think I played prop.
I'll circle back.
Actually, I do remember playing prop because I remember having to do that with like, 'cause I know who played hooker at the time, and it wasn't me. I think I did play prop for a bit, and I'm like, it's hard to like because she was bigger than I was. I'm pretty sure I did play prop a little bit.
Yeah, I just want to circle back because it's quite. I found it quite not amusing, but quite. You said you joined rugby to basically essentially be able to tackle people, to be the defensive player. But you're such a good offensive player. You know, you're. Whenever I look at you play, I don't think of because obviously there's two sides of the ball. I never actually think, oh, your defense is stellar. It is stellar because you don't miss many tackles. But it's your offense where I'm like, you're not afraid to take the hard lines into contact. And, I feel like you're more of a offensive player than a defensive player. You're a well-rounded.
I would totally disagree. I respect the hell out of Gillian's defensive game. It's definitely the thing I think she does best.
Well,
there's no denying she's great on offense. But she doesn't miss tackles, that she hustle tackles too, which you love to see.
Well,
but also that shimmy shake that she does on offense, man, that thing works on fucking everybody. That shimmy shake works on everybody.
It's the dummy.
Included.
You know it's coming. So
it's coming, but it still works.
Every time.
It doesn't work as often as it does. Well, on our team, we play touch so much.
Are the women in the league starting to catch on to it now a little bit better, or?
No, not so much. It depends, because honestly, with the festival play and with so much going on, there's so many different people coming from all over to play in the festival play that it doesn't really. We're playing a jumble of a team every time, and so usually it does work a lot. And honestly, I'm trying to think of where. I mean, I've always been good at reading situations in sports and reading like where to go. And I'm trying to think of like basketball. Like it's the same as stealing a ball in basketball. You know where they're going to pass it. If you're fast enough to get there before the other girl, or fast enough to read that, that's probably where it comes from for me, to be honest. For at least stealing the ball and like doing stuff like that.
Makes sense.
Another thing is you are a very experienced rugby player now. You've probably got almost 9 to 10 years under your belt.
I didn't graduate college, I'm not that old, George. I have
college at 18, 19, and
7 years or something like that. So Jill, let's get into so you played 3 years in college. Did you did you guys win any championships or anything worthy of talking about there, or?
No, we were kind of a mismatch of a team. The best we kind of really did. We went to NOLA and we got second place, which was kind of. And second place, but one of our best girls, she was super fast, broke her arm the first game like 10 minutes in. So the fact that we still got second place after that was pretty cool.
Rally.
Yeah, and we struggled like with a lot of other teams with having commitment issues, especially in college. Sure. And girls need to study over practice and everything like that. And so, I mean, we did pretty well, but we didn't excel, I would say.
Isn't it strange how the same thing happens
you're everywhere? I know.
Everywhere. Well, let's get into that. Your transition to Rockford in the course of the Rockford Ravens. Let's hear a little bit about that story.
Yeah. So, I was looking kind of for a team to get back into it when I moved here. But I actually met another girl who is on our team now and plays when she can. She's pretty busy with work. It's Kaylin. So we met at CJ's one night, and she And we became friends. We exchanged information and stuff because she also went to SIU and played rugby at SIU. And
Oh, okay.
so we started talking about that, and we were like, yeah, we were both trying to find a team here. And she messaged me a week or so later after that night and told me, hey, I think I have found a team here. And she contacted them. And so she's the one who really helped catapult, my interest in rugby and like in finding an actual team. And then it didn't take long for Kelsey to join afterwards because she's like, no, you just have your own thing. But then she got bored at home. So,
Well, let's
so
talk
she
about
joined.
Kelsey, of course.
Yeah, she came
The
like 2 weeks
newlywed.
after.
How did you meet your beautiful wife, Kelsey? Let's get into that lovely story.
I'm going to grab a charger real quick, but I'll take you with me.
Yeah.
So we met in Carbondale. It was
lovely.
actually my going away party to go move to California for, I don't know, I only lived out there for like less than a year. But we were going to, I invited her to a going away party. It was a pool party and she wanted to go. And she hopped in my car and came. And she's not normally the type of person who does those things, but
And she's get out of the fucking car,
to
isn't
hop in a stranger's car and just, go to a party. But she
got a
did.
great vibe from you, huh?
Yeah.
You guys just hit it off right away. That's so sweet.
That is very sweet.
And she came to California and stayed out there with me for like a month because she just actually finished school and graduated. And so she came out and spent like a month with me out there. And then I moved back from California, went to school because I'm like, what am I doing with my life? So I got my HVAC certification and we took the leap and moved in together like a year after we'd met.
Heck yeah.
So
like
brought you to Rockford, because obviously you're from where is it? Kansas, correct? Missouri.
Kansas City, yeah.
Like how does a girl go from college to California to lovely old Rockford, Illinois? It seems like it's not the first choice to move to.
How dare you, George?
So for the California thing, I mean, it's California. I love the West Coast. I love the West Coast. Absolutely. I love the dry heat. And I had just a weird kind of friend situation to where I'd have somewhere to stay. And it just kind of happened really randomly. And me, like, I'm a let's go kind of person. I'm down for mostly a lot of things, especially experiences. And so like I went, I'm like, screw it, let's go. And then for Rockford, Kelsey had just finished school. And so she was applying for jobs for her new position, which is radiation therapy for cancer treatments. And so she was looking for jobs, and she's from St. Charles. And so when she came back from California, she was living in St. Charles, and she got a job offer in Rockford when she applied. And so that's, why we moved here. I finished my HVAC school and we found a house in Rockford together, and we just took the leap.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's kind of weird because I've known you and Kelsey now for quite a while, and we were in the bar she used to bartend at, and I was sitting there and I was actually looking at her and I was like, this feels weird. And she was a bartender at Evergreens for the Maori Rugby Club, and I was like, that's where I know her from. And it was like, oh, like a light switch moment where I'm like, oh, I know that girl. I've known her so long.
She's bartended there. I think she bartended throughout her whole, like, her going to community college and everything. So she was there for a long time.
Shows you how small of a world it is, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But so the question I want to ask is, what do the women's Ravens need to do to entice more women players? Because I love having a competitive women's team, and I would love for your team to be more competitive and have its own full roster, I should say. What in your brain could the Ravens do more to help the women's team out?
So I think it's, it gets hard too, because I feel like we've tried a lot of different avenues for recruitment, whether it's the gym, whether it's the bar, whether it's, like the schools and everything. And so it seems like a lot of women are more worried about getting hurt than men. And so I think that really, if every girl and every guy on the team really just not necessarily didn't give up. And so, because I get getting told no so many times, it kind of drags you down. But whenever you see just like, because you never know how many girls you can get, or, from just being out at the bar, or just seeing like someone who already looks pretty muscular, or already looks like they're in shape, or looks like they work out, or just looks like they would maybe be interested, whether they tell you no or not, like, just getting that feeler out there, that's all we can really do. And so I think if everybody really did that, and it is a little, it can be a little intimidating, I suppose, to go up and just start having a conversation about a sport that nobody knows about. And so, yeah, and so that can be intimidating too. And I do feel like I'm almost pushing, I'm almost, annoying people, but at the same time, it's just, we can't stop doing that.
Exactly. That's the thing that, and the men's team struggles for numbers, as we all know. It's, you just need to keep at it, and, you get twos and threes. Like today we had 2.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are we'll keep one of them. A couple of weeks ago we got Aaron, and, what a stud he's going to be in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you've just got to keep at it. It's just a grind. Everybody, when they get a gym membership, thinks they're going to have 6 inches of muscle around their arm within a week. When no, it's a week in, week out grind. And yeah, it's just, I wish the men's team could sub you some players. We have enough fairies on our team as it is.
Nice. Well, Gillian, one last thing I wanted to ask you was if you were taking a vacation, and I think I know the answer to this because I've heard about some different vacations, but if you're picking between a nice mountainous vacation, maybe some hiking, log cabin type of thing, imagine, or like a beach vacation where you're going to be at a hotel, it's going to be mostly a beach environment, banana boating, which one are you going for?
A mountain all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because, the last vacation I took, I can do a beach and I love the beach, but I can do it. There's only so much you can do at the beach. There's only so many views at the beach. I don't know. I like both, but mountains. I'm getting more into just wanting to hike and be active than rather sit on the beach and drink.
Cool. Where's the next place on your guys' bucket list, would you say?
Well, where we would really like to go before kids, I think, is Indonesia or Thailand, an Asian country. We haven't been that way yet.
Yeah.
Indonesia sounds wonderful. My sister went to Bali, and just the plane ticket is expensive. Everything other than that is really affordable over there. If you can just get there, it's a super long flight, but
it's a miserable flight. I can guarantee you that. Because
I'm sure
when Kristen and I did Laos, it was like 36 hours with a 12-hour layover. And the Chinese are bastards when it comes to, we had our little section and we were not allowed to leave that section past like 8 p.m. And it was like there wasn't even any beds or anything. It was just like a little circular seat. And it was pretty miserable. But hopefully your experiences would be better.
Yeah, it'd probably be similar, I would imagine. But I think it's like...
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think it's comparable to the hours of the flight.
Yeah, but no, gorgeous scenery. I would love to go back there again, but it's just so expensive to go, and also you screw yourself over for like 3 days afterwards because you're flying for 18 hours, and then you're layover, and then you're this, and then you're at the resort or wherever.
Anyway, George, I think they can handle some jet lag. I think they're going to survive. I did have a question, Joe. What do you think has been your favorite experience with the Rockford Ravens, whether it be a game day or even just a social event after, or just whatever?
I mean, to be honest, the tour. I mean, the tour was just, and I'm so looking forward to the
I wanted
next
to
one.
bring that up.
Yeah, like any social, I love the socials. I think we're a very social group. Everybody loves everybody, and everybody, just you don't see it as much in other teams as you really do here, and that makes a huge difference for me. I mean, I couldn't have the better friends in the world, I think. I mean, it's just, I think we're all very good people and very close. Everybody has their quirks. It's fine. No, like, I think everybody is very happy to be around each other, and that makes a difference in a team.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, that Scotland tour was definitely awesome. We
Yeah.
got to see 3 very cool cities. So it's all part of the rugby thing. Like, so you saw NOLA, saw Scotland. Any other cool tours?
No, that's about it.
So
for me.
far.
Yeah, so far. I mean, I don't even care where we go. I'm going.
It's
So,
gonna be great.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm super excited.
George, any final questions for the young lady here?
Nope. See you Thursday, I guess.
See you Thursday.
Yeah, Jill, thanks a lot for coming on here. Any final words for the fine people of Sports by Compian / Ravens Nation?
No, I'd say I just stay active and give rugby a try. It's a very inclusive community.
Absolutely. Get out there, run around, do it for the people, do it for America.